that week, it would have been the week of the 13th of March. It was a week where you could really feel that a lot of things were about to happen at once. Things started to get very momentous. So it wasn't fully a surprise to me when things got canceled. The first reaction I had was, what are all of these doctors going to do if we're ramping up into these emergency operations and the schools are all closing, including, the Portland Public Schools and then the daycares? What's going to happen with these kids? I want to be a pediatrician someday, and I've always been very passionate about making sure that people in healthcare fields are able to access childcare. So really, it was the first thing I thought of. And within about half an hour of getting that email, I just started asking everybody I knew, how can I help? How can I do childcare? How can all of us do childcare? And it exploded. It got much bigger than I expected. Over 100 responses to the forum over the first weekend. I had been very focused on a lot of these problems before, the pandemic kind of hit and made them all extremely salient. So in a way, I feel very vindicated because I have been talking about how people need better access to childcare for a very long time. And I have been talking about, healthcare worker advocacy for a very long time. And I have been talking about psychological safety among trainees and students for a very long time. So I feel like all of these things have become, it's very clear to other people now that they're more important than they thought. And maybe the most important thing is not operating at full capacity, but it's making sure your workforce can accommodate that capacity and making sure that they have that space to allow to flex into a situation that is so emergent. And I feel like we don't make that space. We just expect people to stretch themselves. I had to take an exam one time, and about an hour before I was scheduled to take it, I was informed that one of my friends had died. And I knew I couldn't ask to have the exam extended. I just knew they would have said, you can't hack it. You should be able to do this. Like, what, you can't delay. There's no time in the schedule for you to delay. It's impossible. So I ended up taking a final exam for a course, like crying, because I knew they wouldn't afford that basic humanity. And it happens so many times in medical school where people are told you can have like a week off or you can have the year off, and those are your only options. So you're never encouraged to take time for yourself. You're never allowed to grieve. And we're people, things happen to us. And I want people to learn how to stop short of that total burnout. And I want this sensation of being able to maybe take a break, take a second, catch, some time, restore yourself, kind of fill up on whatever it is that makes you able to do this. I want that to be something that we do all the time and not just when there's a pandemic. I'm really looking forward to seeing the changes that'll come out of this. I think it'll be, it will be something that we can always point to and say hey, do you remember when? This is a matter of making sure that the hospital is prepared for the next big thing. We have to have a good baseline so everything doesn't completely fall apart. It's really driven home, there is not something more important we could be doing than making sure that it's good at baseline, and it wasn't good at baseline. It has all these problems at baseline, and we need to get rid of those as fast as we can, because otherwise we're just going to be in this place again the next time this happens.